Okay, hey, rest of the Trig class. This is 401. We're going to go over some problems on the homework quick, specifically like 9 and 10, and then 18 and 19. 18 and 19 might be a little longer, but 9 and 10 shouldn't be too bad. So we'll go through those and then we'll see if there's other questions. So number 9, we are trying to figure out whether these are zeros of the polynomial. So like 2 and 3 and 0 and -1, right? That's basically like trying to say, like, is x minus 2 a factor? Does he go into there, right? Is x minus 3 a factor? Does that make sense? Okay. How do we test those to see if they come out like as a factor? What? I don't want to foil them. I'm just trying to test each one of these individually to see if they're a factor into there. Like if I'm trying to say, is x minus 2, does that go into there? You'd set it equal to 0, so we would take 2 and we would plug it in, right? So that's all you're doing for each one of these is you're just taking and plugging them in. And if they are a factor, they should come out to be what? 0. So we're taking 2 to the 4th plus 6 times 2 to the 3rd minus 2 times 2 squared minus 30 times 2. What a dang mess. For every number, yes. But the nice thing is, though, as soon as you have it typed into your calculator, you can just go back up in and just substitute out every number, right? Does that make sense? Okay, so if you do that, I don't know. Do I want to do some of this in my head, or do I want you to just plug it in? I don't know. 2 to the 4th power is 16. Plus, this is 24. Minus, this is 8. Minus 60. Does that come out to be 0? I don't think so. I don't think it comes out to be 0. I'm not going to add it together because I don't think it does. Okay, now let's do it with 3 instead. Okay, so these are 3s. 3, 3, 3, 3. 3 to the 4th power is 81 plus 27 times 6. I don't know what that is.
Don't put that down.
27 times 6.
Would it work to just
that's
plug
like
it
what
into
is
your
it?
calculator and then look at the graph?
I mean, you can, yeah. Does 3 come out to be 0?
No.
No? You're sure? 100%?
Pretty sure.
Positive? 3 does not? What if I plug 0 in?
Yeah.
Hey, 0. 0, 0, 0, 0. 0 works. -1.
No.
No, -1 doesn't work. You're sure?
Yeah.
This would be 1 minus 6
Plus
minus 2 plus 30.
Wouldn't it be plus
Nope.
2?
-1 squared
It's
would end up being 1 times -2. So 0 is the only one that works. Hey, that's kind of nice. 10. So yeah, 0 is the only one that works. Number 10. 2 square roots of 2.
The square root of 8.
That would be like the square root of 8. So if you want to type in the square root of 8 rather than 2 square roots of 2, you can do that. Okay? I don't know. The square root of 8, I don't know what the square root of 8 cubed is, but I know that the square root of 8 squared is 8 minus 8 square roots of 8 minus 8. Hey, the square root of 8 cubed, though, is 8 square roots of 8. Okay, so 8 square roots of 8 minus 8 square roots of 8, those are going to cancel out. And 8 minus 8, those are going to cancel out. So I think 2 square roots of 2 does work.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, now the ones are easy. Okay, 1 cubed is 1. 1 squared is 1. 1 times -8 is minus 8 minus 8.
Yes. That's,
No.
wait, no.
1, 1, -8, -8. I don't think that's going to work. Okay, -1. If I take -1 and cube it, that's going to stay a -1. If I take -1 and square it, it's going to become +1. -1 times 8 is a +8 minus 8.
Yes.
Yeah, I think that one's going to work. So that one has 2 of them out of that list that they give me that do, in fact, work.
I just graphed it and looked at the
Ah,
eggs.
gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay, you can do that. That's not probably what they wanted you to do. But anyway, it's fine. It's fine.
If it works, it works.
If it works, it works, right? Sure. Whatever. Okay, happy with that? 9 and 10?
Yes.
Okay, let's go 18. Find a polynomial that has degree 3, whose only zeros are 1 and -1. Now, hold up a second. If it has degree 3, it has to have 3 zeros.
So x minus 1, x plus 1, x plus 1.
Ah, so If my only answers can be 1 and -1, that means one of those have to repeat more than once, right? And I don't care which one you have repeating more than once. There are 2 different answers to this. So would you like the 1 or the -1 to repeat?
1.
You want the 1 to repeat again?
Yeah.
Okay. So that still only has those 2 as answers, right? But I have 3 zeros technically. This is what, have we talked about multiplicity yet? Multiplicity, no? This has a multiplicity of 2. We have in calc. But this guy will have a multiplicity of 2. It basically means that he shows up as an answer twice. And we'll talk about what that means later on in trig. But anyway, so if 1 is a 0, then that means x minus 1 is a factor and x minus 1 is a factor. And then this guy, x plus 1 is a factor. Okay? Now, if you wanted to do it the other way and have this guy repeating twice, this would just become a plus instead. And you'd have 2x plus 1s and 1x minus 1. Whatever you wanted to do, okay? So we'll just leave it this way. Which ones do you want to multiply together first?
X minus 1, x plus 1 first.
Yeah, x minus 1, x plus 1 first. Those are difference of squares, actually, right? If you multiply them together, x times x is x squared, x times 1 is 1x, minus 1x in the middle. So you'd have plus 1x, minus 1x, and those 2 are going to cancel, minus 1. So these 2 middle pieces cancel, x squared minus 1, right? If you would then turn around and try to break that down, he breaks down into x minus 1 and x plus 1, right? That's a difference of squares. Okay, so that one came out really kind of nice. Then I just have to multiply that last one by x minus 1. So, okay, here we go. X times x squared is x to the third. X times -1 is -1x. -1 times x squared. And -1 times -1. And then I'm going to put it in order, I guess, here. I got a mess. X to the third minus x squared minus x plus 1. That should do it, okay? If you chose to go the other route to have the -1 repeat twice, your minuses and pluses will probably be a little bit different in here, but you'll get a similar answer, and that one is acceptable as well. Okay, so that still is a degree 3, but my only zeros are 1 and -1. It's just one of those repeats more than once. Okay? Good, good? Okay. All right, I like number 19. Find a number k. K is right here. We need to know what this number is, such that x plus 2 is a factor. All right, if x plus 2 is a factor, that means I can plug in -2 into here, and what should the answer be? 0. So it has to be equal to 0. So if I plug -2 in there, -2 to the third power plus 3 times -2 squared plus k times -2 minus 2 has to come out to be 0. Does that make sense? If he's a factor, it has to come out to be 0. Okay, so let's just solve everything and get rid of everything except for k. -2 to the third is -8. That's what Kyle just said. Plus -2 squared is 4 times 3 is 12. Okay, I'm going to write this as minus 2k minus 2 equals 0. Then what would you like to do?
K would be 3.
You sure?
You up? You sure with me?
I don't know. I don't think it is.
Just combine like terms.
Combine like terms. Okay, it was -8 plus 12 plus -2. 2 minus 2k equals 0. Okay, then what would you like to do?
Subtract 2 over.
Subtract this 2, okay? So -2k equals -2. And then shall we divide by -2?
Yes, ma'am.
K
One.
equals 1. So k has to be 1. Does that make sense that we set it equal to 0? If it has to be a factor, we plug it in, that means it equals 0, right?
Okay.
Okay, I like that question. That was kind of a fun puzzle question. Okay, do you have others on that homework assignment?
Can we do like
Sure.
1 of 11 through 13 and 1 of 14 or 15?
Sure. Which one?
I don't
We should
know.
14 first.
I just want to make sure I did it.
14 first, okay? Use the factor theorem to determine whether h of x is a factor of f of x. So I want to know if this goes into there evenly, but I don't want to have to divide. I want to use the factor theorem. So we know that if you plug in a certain thing and it comes out to be 0, it's a factor, right? What would you have to plug in? -2, right? Like x plus 2, x equals -2. So if I plug -2 in there, -2 to the third minus 3 times -2 squared, 4 times -2 minus 12. Okay. Negative 2 to the third power is negative 8. This is 4, so this is negative 12 plus 8 minus 12.
No.
Oh, it's awful darn close though.
No, it's
If
not.
one of them was a plus 12, then
Oh,
we would be
yeah,
fine,
sure.
right?
Yeah.
You know? Like if one of those 12s was positive, then, you know, we would. But it's actually negative 24. So what's that mean?
Not a factor.
No, x plus 12, x plus 2 is not a factor.
So you don't have to put in just synthetic division?
No. Use the factor theorem. That's what the factor theorem is. It's just saying plug the thing in and then see if it's 0 and if it's not 0. I mean, you could use synthetic division, but it's a lot longer than doing this process. I'd rather do this.
Well, I did both.
Okay. Well,
Over-
then you're just
I thought you-
overachiever.
I thought you did both, and then if it equals the same thing, then it was a factor.
No.
Is that a
No.
thing? Or
No.
a thing? No?
No, that's just a way of checking your answer.
Oh.
Right? So you did synthetic division, you got that number. You should have gotten negative 24 as your remainder for synthetic division, didn't you? Then you didn't do it right, because you should. You should. I'll come look at it here in a minute. Because you should have gotten negative 24
Oh,
when you
yeah, I did.
synthetic divided. Yeah,
I
Yeah.
just,
yeah. It's just a way of checking your answer, right? Okay? So yeah, they should be the same always,
I
right?
did negative 12 plus negative 12, but I put it at 0 instead of negative 12.
Gotcha. Okay, 11, 12, 13. Which one?
Let's
Should we do 13 because it's 11, right? Find the remainder. This one's saying basically the same thing as 14, but it says determine whether it is a factor. Here we're just trying to find the remainder without using division. Okay, so if we're dividing by x plus 11, we would plug in negative 11.
Okay.
Blech. I'm not gonna do this in my head, so somebody plug these in, please.
I got negative 48, but I don't think that's right.
Wow. I did 0.
Come on.
Are you doing it?
Or somebody give me your calculator and I'll type it in. Hey. Cool.
But you have like a brain or a calculator and free.
Yeah, but I can't do 11s, so.
Oh.
And my brain is not working today. I'm still ill.
You don't sound.
No, I did get 0. Never mind. I know what I was on. That's
Squared
Oh.
minus 29 times
fine. I'm
negative
gonna lie, I was pretty
11.
out of it because I did take some Tylenol. So.
0! Hey!
So
0.
what's that
So find the remainder.
mean? Is 0 the remainder?
0 is the remainder, right? Now, if they were asking, is this a factor or not a factor?
Yeah.
Maybe,
Yes,
So it
because
would
it has
be-
0 remainder, right? It has no remainder. Okay, but they're not asking that. They're just saying find the remainder. That's what the difference is between 14 and 15. Here they're saying, is it a factor? Well, the fact that we got a remainder as negative 24 means no, it's not a factor, right? So 14 and 15 is asking pretty well the same thing as 11 through 13. It's just saying one more step. Now that you know that that's the remainder, does that mean it's a factor or not, right? Good? Makes sense? Yeah? Yeah. Very nice. Very nice, very nice, very nice. Okay, anything else? Anything on the front side? Did I do division? I would, if you are confused, at least on 5, 6, and 7, check it. 5, 6, and 7, you are dividing by x minus 2 and x minus 3 and x plus 1. If you want to check your answer, plug in positive 2, plug in positive 3, plug in negative 1, and you should end up getting a number that is reflecting your remainder that you got when you divided. Now you cannot do that on number 8 because it's not a binomial that you're dividing by. Does that make sense? Did we talk about that? Okay, yesterday in the video, I said long division. You have to do long division if it's not a binomial, but if it is a binomial, you can do synthetic division or whatever, or just plug the number in, right? Okay, anything else you got for questions?
Why are we here? What's the purpose of life?
You know, I've been doing a lot of those same questions these last 2 days. Why am I ill right now? Why did God pick me? That's terrible. Pity me.
Hey,
Life sucks.
you are paper.
Yeah, I'll take. If you're done with this homework assignment, I'll take your paper. Okay. We will start 4-2, and we will rock right through 4-2 tomorrow. So be prepared to bust it. Because guess what?
It's hard or what? Or is it
14.
Thursday.
We have a test.
Thursday. No,
One
we
act's
just
gone.
this was section 4-1, child. Thursday, one act is gone again. So here's
Are you
the
recording?
plan. If you're still watching this on the video, Thursday, one act is gone again. Tomorrow we have real zeros. We're gonna try to bust it as fast as we can through real zeros. So get in here and be ready to go. And then Thursday, I will give you time in class to work on this assignment.
Still
Okay.
my hopes up like that.
Good, good. Okay, because everybody's gonna be gone on Thursday, right? Okay, so, Thursday, P&Q method, gross. Okay, all right, be prepared. We're gonna bust through 4-2, the whole thing on Wednesday, tomorrow. Tomorrow? Wednesday? Yes. Thursday, everybody's gone again.
Not for this class. I'm gone for a couple.
Okay, goodbye.